Hi, my name is Scott Kelly, and I'm here in Atwater Village in Southern California, and today we are going to show you how to duct an ERV. We're going to mostly focus on the ducting system in part one, and in part two then we'll bring out how we pull it all together. This right here is a Renew ERV. We're going to go set this where it goes, and then we're not going to worry about this so much right now. What we're going to do is we're going to work on which rooms we're going to run our system and our tubes to. We've got something called a port chart. We've already actually filled out the port chart, and so we know which room we're going to go to. We've gone through the plan set, and that's how we came up with each room. And so we've got that, which is really going to be something that we're going to put in a little plastic pocket and leave it on the machine so that it's there always. We did do a photocopy of this for the installers. So now the installers know which rooms they need to run to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to Saul, the installer, and then we'll show you what's in the kit here. The kit has everything you need to run 3-inch tubing to every room. And in the kit, you can open these for me. We have the actual diffuser boots. We have elbows, we'll use those later, set them aside. And we have ferrules. Ferrules are what we connect the tube to the manifolds and the tubes and the boots and to the diffusers. These are more of the same. These look like the same, but these are actually couplers. So this has a coupler in the middle, and we can thread the pipe on both sides here. And then what does it say in here?
Open me.
These are the hanger bars. This is what we're going to use for the diffuser boots, and these are very easy to install, so Saul and I will start putting these on. Snap click. Snap click. And this is ready to go to whichever room we're going to go to. And these slider bars allow you to span the joists. And in the diffuser boot, you can see 5 positions that we can close off air so that we can measure air. And this will sit up in the ceiling like this. And we might put an elbow on this. So let's go ahead and put all these together. And now we're going to put 20 of these together right now so that we have 20 of these to install today into each of the locations that we're going to. And I noticed in this particular house, the electrician hasn't gotten in and out yet, so I don't know exactly where he's going to be. So we're not going to put these in permanently. We're going to try to figure out locations, and then we're going to most likely have to come back and send them to recessed lighting and so forth. But for today, it's the passage of the 3-inch tube from the machine to these that we're really focusing on. So now we're going to continue putting all those together, and we're going to open this box tubing so that we can show you what that looks like. So with this kit, you get all the tubing that you need. It's actually 2 boxes, 600 feet of 3-inch tubing. So you should have everything you need. This tubing is very easy to put together. Saul's going to show you how you put the ferrule in, corkscrew. So he's going to hand tighten this ferrule, and this will be airtight. This won't need pookie, it won't need, or mastic, it won't need tape. That's it, right there. And guess what? Again, it's snap click. So he can snap click that right on, and that's what it's going to look like when we get to the very, very end. If we thought we needed to have a little bit of movement, he can spin this and it'll pop out, But if we decided, hey, you know, we should probably put an elbow on there because it's a little harsh break, then snap click, right? So there we go. And on the other end of that, we put another ferrule when we finally get to the machine, when we get to the manifolds, and then we snap them all into the manifolds. But that's part 2. This is part 1. We're just going to focus on this stuff right here. So we're going to go start setting these into each room, and we'll just follow around as we do that.
Elbows.
So here we have the ERV. It's a Renew Air Energy Recovery Ventilator. We're going to install this in the next part. We've got some rubber pads that we're going to put down underneath it when we screw it down to the floor. But right now, we're just going to carry it over and put it in the closet that it's going to live in. And then what we'll do is we'll set it up for direction once we have the manifolds. So we're just gonna temporarily put it right there. We're gonna figure out where it's really gonna go once we have the manifolds and we know how we're gonna get to the outside. So for this first part, this is as far as we're gonna go. Next time, we're gonna run the 3-inch tubes, bring the manifolds out. Thank you for watching. Hi, my name is Scott Kelly, and we're here in Atwater Village here in Southern California today, working on a high-performance home. And today we're going to work on the ERV system, and it's a ducted ERV system. And when I say ducted, that means that we're going to every room in the house to either supply air or exhaust air. And how are we going to do that? Well, we've got a machine over here in the closet, that's the ERV, but now we need manifolds in order to make our tube system work. So let's get these manifolds opened up, Marcus. We're going to open the manifolds now and get them ready and put them in place. We're going to put the manifolds next to the ERV, and from the manifolds then we'll duct to every room. These are 10-port manifolds, so that means that we have 10 locations for each manifold to go to. And 10 of these tubes are going to go to the exhaust manifold. And the exhaust manifold is colored red, so you know it's stale air. It is graphic coded, and it is number coded on the ports themselves on the front. So we'll take that and set it in here next to the ERV. And you'll read the labels on the ERV. The label will tell you which side is stale air. Look at those labels. Very important that you get this part right. So here they are right here. And this is room air to be exhausted. So that's the red manifold. This is the correct manifold for this location. Now we're going to open the fresh air manifold. This is all part of the kit. We are graphic coded, color coded, and number coded. We'll go set that in there. All right. Now we're going to go get the tools. We'll get the hole hog, which is really the tool of the trade. That's our main tool that we're using because we have to drill 3.5-inch holes to run our 3-inch tube to all of the rooms. So Marcus, if you go get the hole hogs, and Jackson, if you'd like to grab one of the hole hogs as well. Now, when we're working with the hole hog, a lot of times we are going through top plates, bottom plates, you know, various 2x4s, 2x6s, and the puck, I call it, the piece that you're drilling out, usually gets stuck inside of the hole saw. And so what we do is we always have a screwdriver and a hammer so we can pry it out as we go. We also sometimes have a nail going into the area where we're drilling, and that's another reason why we have a hammer and a screwdriver so that we can work on that. But other than that, in order to install this system, this is basically the tool that you use. Here. Okay. Jackson, you want to really firmly hold this thing so it does not smack you.
Rip your arm off.
It can and does, and
Yeah, that's gonna be a bitch, Jackson.
okay. This is perfect. You know what I like to do? I like to give the new guy the hard one first.
Goes down.
Yeah, and wiggle.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, you're going to be full at one point, and then I think you might actually have to go from underneath.
Hey.
Take it out with this. Look, take it off.
Yeah, take it off. This is where the screwdriver comes in.
The hammer.
Yeah.
I don't have a hammer.
Push the right side. Yeah.
There we go. Dude! You don't even have to dig it out.
Oh, the battery literally just died.
Hi, I'm Scott Kelly, and today we're in a high-performance home that's being built in Atwater Village in Southern California. We're working on 3 different things here. We're working on ventilation, weatherization, and insulation. Today we're going to focus on the ventilation, and we're actually in part 4 of our install. We've gotten to a point where we've got all of our tubes have run all the way to the manifold. The manifold has just 2 more tubes to add to it, and then we've run to every single room. We're going to kind of show you where we went and how we got through there, but basically it was a lot of drilling and planning and preparing. And here we have the ERV. The ERV is going to be connected to the manifolds here. You can see a blue pipe coming out of the sidewall over here. That's our supply bringing in fresh air from the outside. It's hard to see, but there is a red pipe way up here, and that's going to be exhausting air. We want these to be far apart from each other, at least 10, 12 feet, because we don't want them to communicate with one another. So we're going to have our 6-inch flex duct going all the way up, connecting to that point, and exhausting 24/7 from the machine that's right here. Loft, attic area. This is going to be the daughter's loft. And there's going to be warm air that's going to make its way up. And so we're exhausting from the ceiling there. There's 2 spots in that room that we're exhausting air. Mostly we generally supply air, like this is the bedroom right here, and we are supplying air, and then we're exhausting air. So we're moving the air throughout the house. And we're going to strap these. We've got strap. We'll strap these in here, and that will be supplying air. And you can see the uniqueness of this building. This is an architect that's building his own home, and I don't think there's a square room in this whole house. It's very, very unique and quite interesting looking. This is just a quick shot of the weather barrier that we installed. This is the fluid applied Tyvek Weather Barrier Plus product.
You leaving now?
Yeah, I'm leaving right now.